Okay, so I want to show you something interesting, right? Now, can PulseChain do 14,000x? I mean, these are the numbers that Richard Hart has been hinting at, that 14,000x is still possible. Can we hit those numbers? And I want to, this is from the Wayback Machine, right? It's telling us the price of Hex on September the 9th, 2021, right? And what you see is that the price was about 45 cents. Now, if you do the math on this, uh, it works out to a market cap of $250 billion. Now, if you look at this time, the combined market cap of the entire crypto space was 2.1 trillion. So Hex on its own had a market cap, a fully diluted market cap, including the Richard R. Hart owned coins, a fully diluted market cap of about over 10% of the entire crypto space. It had 10% of the entire crypto space. That is huge. Now, if you're going to say that, well, 90% of that is probably owned by Richard Hart, you're going to say, let's remove that. That still leaves you with over 1% of the entire crypto space was Hex, and Hex alone as a store of value. Now, if we look at and see what's happening with Pulse, on the other hand, let's take a look at Pulse. PulseChain right now has a market cap of, I'm looking at gopulse.com, has a market cap of 17 billion. That's for everything. And then PulseX about 8 billion, incentive token 163, Hex about 9 billion. So if we would have a rough estimate, that would be, let's try and calculate this roughly quickly, 25 billion, and it's about 30 billion, right, for the entire thing. And if we're going to say that 30 billion and 250 billion for Hex on its own, that tells you that there is massive upside. And potentially, if Hex on its own, EHex on its own, before splitting with PHex, had a market cap of $250 billion, of 10% of the entire crypto space, do we have more value today, right now? Do we have more is Hex on its own more valuable than PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, PHex? Is it, which one is more valuable in your opinion, right? So I think this shows you that there could be significant upside to these assets. And if you look at this time as well, this time when we're here at 45 cents in September 2021, what we still had bullishness, right? We had bullishness. People were looking to $10 Hex, right? $100 Hex. That's what we had at that time. Now, were they crazy? Were they right? Are they going to be proven right, or what's going to happen? Now, I do, obviously, we have to talk about what happened with the split of EHex. So we can pretty much say that at this point, it's mostly Hex, that PHex, right? Hex on PulseChain, that will be, that's where the majority of the value will be. But if you're looking at it as an entire ecosystem, looking at all the stuff that is there, this certainly tells me that the upside could be significant. I mean, if we could do this with just Hex, what can we do with all these new assets that are there, with the whole new ecosystem that is being built? Now, I think this is a strong case of how undervalued this ecosystem is, the entire ecosystem, how undervalued it is. Because if you look at right now, I mean, this is 10%. Let me see here. ETH dominance was about 20%. So Ethereum at about 400, had about double the market cap. And at this point, Ethereum should be in the same range as well as it was back then. But I do think that this asset has not gone viral yet. Now, there's many things that can make it go viral, right? Who knows when? I mean, Richard Hart could run for president. That would be that would make it go viral. We've got many things that could make this go viral. I do think, plus, especially given the fact that we now have an ecosystem, and it's not just one coin, it's not just one asset that's in the game, it's multiple assets that have real world value that they're delivering. And if you look at all the other good side, all the other parts of this, where you have a massive, lots of validators, we've got lots of builders building here. So this could really be something special, and the upside could be big. Now, are we going to see the 14,000x numbers? Look, at this point, I think that I don't think 14,000x, because 14,000x is a big deal. We're talking about flipping Bitcoin at that point. We're talking about flipping Bitcoin. But yeah, I do think that room for gains are there, because if you do it, sometimes when you look at these numbers, you think like, well, these numbers are not doable. But it has been done before, and obviously past performance there's a disclaimer that they say that includes past performance, right? It's not an indicator of future performance, something like that. And but it does tell you possibilities, what is possible and what is not, what has happened and what has not happened. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. What you think about these numbers here. Do they get you excited? Do they not? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.